Hello everyone and welcome to the Little Blue Fly. In today's video we will be playing with blues and some berries and baskets. Things I love for spring, but really throughout the whole year. So for those of you that might be new to the Little Blue Fly, I invite you all to subscribe to my channel. And for all of you that might find some inspiration in this video or have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up because it surely does help our channel grow. This video took some time to get out because, well, a couple things. Weather. So, that being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, so here I have an antique hutch that was a Facebook Marketplace find with some Arthur Court canisters. These are vintage, but they can still be found. This is for, a lot of you already know, but this is for the new subscribers. And then all of you can just enjoy a quick recap on things. How about that? A little refresher. So I have my Arthur Court canisters. They can be found on eBay, Etsy, sometimes Facebook Marketplace. And I put my different, rice, flour, just different things I bake with inside with a sweet little teacup. And then going up, I have my Spode dishes. That I will share a link. They are in my Amazon storefront. So if you go to my storefront, they're there. The teacups and the saucers and the bowls and the plates off to the right. Peaches, those are at Costco. It's the last straw I have. My daughter just keeps eating them all up. But that's what they're here for. And then I have the sandwich plates that are on by the peaches in the back, and those came from the UK. Up at top, I have some of my vintage pretties up here. These were found at an antique store in Virginia when we were living there. So I have it all cleaned up. I have this hutch oiled up with Old English. She was quite the dusty girl. She had been neglected a little bit here. But up at the top, there's this wonderful basket. This is what really drew me to this piece when I came across this on Facebook Marketplace, was this basket up at top. And then up at the very top, I have a sweet little lamp. That was a Facebook Marketplace find when I was in Virginia. The party, it was their mother's, and we had to purchase a little adapter. I know there's another name for it, just so I can use it because it's not wired here for the United States. So she is definitely a sweet little gem up here at the top. So I wanted to keep things mainly focused on blues here. And then over to the right, I took that picture down because I placed it in my dining room. It was the one with the woman in her ducks on the country road. But I have a fabulous one that I really like, the new one that I'm about to place here for you all. Down below, I have this bar. I believe this was with hooks. I believe this was a Magnolia purchase. And then some baskets and napkins, table runners, more sandwich plates. So I will be adding something new up above the rod. But for now, we're going to go up top and I will be placing in something new. And again, the links are shared in my description box for all these, well, for quite a few of these items. The Spode dishes. Okay, so here we are up on top. Okay, so this space here, for those of you that are new or might have forgotten the layout of the home, I do have an empty home tour video out there as well. But this is like leaving the kitchen, walking into the dining room area wall. So I placed this basket up at top. I did use this during Christmas. It had all the eucalyptus in it with some Christmas picks, but I ripped all of that out, did a little spring cleaning in the basket, and added in some of my antique Minton Blues. No reason why they all need to stay in the hutch, just stacked up. Let's pull some of them out and spread them all around the house, and because there's nothing like, to me, the beauty of blue and whites. This piece right here, okay, huge apologies. I have not shared a link on this piece, but guess what? It's being shared today. I know many of you have been so patient wanting the link for this piece. Well, you finally have it. I purchased two, but I will be using just one today. And I decided to go ahead and place the lamp inside of it, because I wanted this piece displayed, but I really didn't have the room for the lamp and this, and the lamp really wouldn't fit right in the basket, so here it is. Okay, so I just placed 3 of my antique plates inside of the basket, and I decided, well, let's put a basket inside of a basket, and I added some of my faux berries. I thought it would be a nice homey touch to have this basket here with some of this floral or berries. So if you have those dishes that are, you know, just in your hutch and it's a large set, oh, spread them around your home. You'll love it. If you love them in the hutch, you'll love them around in your home. Okay, so I added some greenery. I had 3 different stems. I believe these were purchased from Michael's. I could be wrong, but I think it was Michael's. They're pretty good on having some decent greenery stems. And I just thought to place it around this planter. I added some moss around the lamp. And I'm loving it. So pulling back, you can see by adding in the green, it just starts bringing everything to life. I mean, blue and whites are like, wow, right? But when you bring the green in, it just really makes things so much more comfortable. Now I will be sharing here what I decided to place on the wall really soon. But first, okay, you have to wait till the closer look. I love when I can do that. Anyhow, if you want to see what I placed on the wall, that's in the closer look. No cheating, no putting your finger on that button and zipping to the end. Right now, let's concentrate on these lovely vintage teacups and saucers, lusterware that was purchased several years ago. The party, it was either her mother's or her grandmother's, I'm not remembering, but she just didn't want to keep them. So I will treasure them for many years. And as you can see in one of them, I have a little bird's nest, a real one. It blew out from the bushes. It was either during a storm or when we were having bushes removed when we were living in Virginia. And then I have this tall vessel here to the left. This was purchased from New River Pottery several years ago. Any vessel would work with what I'm about to do here. And that is place my teacups inside. Now I wanted to make sure that the ones I used didn't have all the beautiful detail inside of the teacup, because you don't want to really cover that up. You want to display that. So on these, the beauty was all on the outside. And as you can see, the handles are just everything on this lusterware. And then the feet, beautiful patterns and colors, perfect for spring, but will work all throughout the year. I really like this blue one right here. And again, you know, for those of you that, you know, I know this exact piece cannot be purchased, but there's so many at Home Goods or even Michael's. I'm not sure if Hobby Lobby still carries them, but they have those big glass apothecary jars. Perfect. Perfect for displaying teacups. This little blue one, I really wanted to place it up on top as the last teacup, but I decided to go with this one with the bird's nest. The smaller one to the right, we'll use that somewhere else. And here is the last teacup. Now I need to figure out where I'm going to put this piece because it is so delicate. I want to make sure that it's not on a table that if it was bumped into, it could, you know, really shake this up. So during the spring tour, you will see where I decided to place this piece and the other teacups and saucers. So see what I was talking about, the inside, all the detail inside these cups. You don't want to, at least I don't want to, cover that up. I want that beauty to be displayed. And just here we have a sweet little vessel with vintage teacups to enjoy all year round. This has been packed away for way too long, and I'm happy to have it finally back out and to place it somewhere in my home. So bring those teacups out of the boxes, ladies. I know you have them in there. And just for right now, I did stack just a few, and I really wanted to give you a close-up view on the inside. Lusterware is so beautiful to work with. She just has that beautiful look and shine that the lusterware that just, it demands attention. And then over here to the left, remember when, well, we were just recently in here decorating, and I couldn't find my green board for the dummy board for my bunnies here and the egg. Well, I found it, and I found it because this week, I'm telling you, we have been so busy. We pulled from 2 storages and bringing it back here to the house and organizing because we have all the other seasons that are coming. Well, here's the board. And it was in the box that I left. So we completely, when we first moved here, we had a storage unit. So we completely moved out of that storage unit this week. See, look at the difference of that, having that green stand. Really warmed up the window. But also, we went and pulled quite a bit from our storage in Chapel Hill, where we were at. And there still is a little bit more left in there that we have to go back and get. So this has not been, this past week has been far from dull. working really hard behind the scenes here to make sure I can get things decorated and we can have this spring home tour. Now it's time to get our fingers in some greenery and some berries, and we are going to build a berry basket in this fabulous metal basket, if I can get all of this out. This greenery here was purchased from Target. I believe this was by Magnolia. I could be wrong, but look, it doesn't want to let go. I'm stuck back here behind the camera, so I had to move to the side. There we go. Get that off. But this is a fabulous basket to work with. It has felt feet down at the bottom, so don't worry that it might be scratching the table, because it's not. And I have just different types of berries that I will be working with. They can be purchased. They're in my Amazon storefront. I keep telling myself I will be buying more of the berries, and I have not. I have some faux boxwood here that was purchased when I was living in Virginia. Quite a bit of the boxwood is inside of this basket. I was just out in the garage, and I will share it with you when it gets put together, how I store my items, but I have a large area for my floral, so I just went in there and started picking and pulling and putting in the basket. So these berries can be found at Hobby Lobby. They come in a large stem, and I just clip them off. Okay, so here we have it. Basket is empty. I have a cake stand behind. What is going on here? Sorry. Okay, I got that right. Okay, we have the cake stand behind, and we are going to start building now. The weather outside, oh my gosh, was so extreme. It didn't know whether it wanted to downpour and thunder or it wanted some light to come through. So it was quite an ordeal, because we had several boxes, moving from storage, different items that we had to pull in. Because we're trying to get everything organized. Organize as we make beauty. How about that? Okay, cake stand is inside. I have the boxwood down below. I wanted to keep the greenery down low. I believe I used 3, 4, 5, a total of 7 of these boxwood stems. I love the green, how you have the warmer but yet the lighter yellow tones in it. And I'm not going to decorate the back, because this will be going up against the wall. You will be seeing shortly, not today, but this week. So the back will be unfinished. But I will be having so much, going on here in this arrangement that you will not even realize that the back is empty. Because I love the layers. Okay, so large berries in the back. Boxwood up front. Just mix the two together. And then a smaller berry branch up front. So we have 3 different pieces. I like to keep things in odds. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lie this over to the side. It will all make sense. Trust the process. As you can see, we're building this basket with no foam, no hot glue. We're just pretty much weaving one stem into another, and that's what is helping hold everything together. Because as you're, building these arrangements for the seasons, you want to stay away from that hot glue, because it does damage the florals, unless you plan on always keeping it that way. Well, I don't do that. I change too much. So it's nice when I can stay free of the hot glue. So I'm just doing the same thing, building the same thing. And I will be placing it off onto the right side. Okay, so I have some of the greenery down at the bottom. You can see I also placed in a large stem of the berries right here coming out of the front. I will be doing the same to the left. And I believe I'm going to put one going across as well. Bend this over. Put it down at the bottom and gently pull the berries through to the front of the basket. Gorgeous. Love it. And then I will be going in with some of the smaller berries. Again, these can be purchased at Hobby Lobby. And I'll be playing with it. You'll see things change. I just wanted to keep a berry, a smaller one, with the larger. And again, what we're doing is just, what's holding these stems in place is just having the overabundance of other berries and greenery stems all about. And they just pretty much just stay tucked in there wherever you place them. I'm going to play with these berries a little bit more. I won't fuss with it so much, but you will see. Just be really careful when, working with them and weaving them through a basket, because as you can see, they will break off. I like how that's coming out from the side, that one berry. So I believe I'm going to, I like to pull things back. Pull it back, take a look at it, and just see, okay, where is it empty? So I've had berries, I placed them to the left and to the right, and just the smaller ones, and have them spraying out. Now I have all these stems right here on the cake tray, and it is, or cake stand, it's time to, I believe, add something new. I just recently unpacked her. She's just the sweetest ever. This gold bunny was purchased from Pier 1. And she just has the sweetest face ever. And I thought she would go perfectly in this berry basket. So I placed her off to the side a little bit. She's not so much centered. And as you can see, okay, so the stems I had, they're leaning to the side. I'm using them to add some height in the back of the arrangement. So they were serving a purpose. They really were. Okay, and then I just want more berries, to go behind her. So the goal is for this whole arrangement, to make it look like a berry, a bunny is coming out from a berry bush. So I really was able to get items filled, the space filled up in the back of the basket, so one would never know that down below it has not been decorated. I'm just going to place this little berry pick in her sweet little hands. Push this back so that you can see. Now comes the moss. Always have to have the moss. So all of this that I've been working with so far has been faux berries, faux greenery. So now we're going to add in some real, which is the moss. And this is what brings any arrangement to life, is by mixing the faux right in there in the empty place. By mixing the faux with the real greenery, it brings things to life. Any arrangement. And there's many different mosses out there. This is sheet moss. And I'm just going in, down at the bottom, because that's where the cake stand is at, and just really filling in those spots. I hope this is giving you all some inspiration to maybe try your hand at making your own berry baskets for around your house, and they can stay up all year long. Now make sure that you stay tuned, because before you know it, there's going to be another video coming up, because we're doing this. We are having our spring home tour.